Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of At Home with the Willises. I'm Nicci Willis,
I'm Jameen.
and today's topic is spring cleaning still a thing? All right, but right now, you're at home with the Willises. So before we get started, I want to remind you to subscribe. If you haven't, this might be your first episode that you are seeing of the Willises. Hit that button down there and subscribe. And make sure you hit the bell so that you're notified every time we upload new content. We have fun on here. We talk about real estate, but we talk about all kinds of things. And you can also see our flipping process when we do the process of renovation. So you can check out all of our projects that we've got going on. And we've got some new things in store as well. We also, if you haven't heard, we have reached over 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for being a part of the Willis team, being a part of the Willis team family. And we're looking forward to having more fun with you guys. So make sure you stay tuned. Okay, let's talk spring cleaning.
Yep.
All righty. So according to a survey, that was...
Wait. First of all, you gotta let the people know spring has sprung. We already got the first day of spring 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then Easter is gone.
Easter has Eastered.
So now it's officially spring.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So according to a survey conducted in January 2024, 86% of adults here in the U.S., you want me to say whopping?
Yep.
A whopping 86% of adults in the U.S. plan to participate in spring cleaning this year. Not quite sure what the other 14% are doing, but it's okay. With spring comes warmer weather. We're talking about flowers, more sunlight. That's my favorite part. Listen, when that clock springs up, even though I do lose my precious hour of sleep, I love the fact that
you
there's more
don't
daylight.
lose an hour of sleep. It
You
just
do.
goes to the other end. There's still 24 hours in a
There
day.
is,
You
but like
don't
that
lose
night,
anything.
no, but that night when it becomes 1:59, it doesn't turn 2 o'clock. It now turns 3 o'clock. So that 1 hour right there that I had where I could have been in my REM sleep, it's gone. See what I'm saying? It hops.
Earlier
and then daylight savings time when you go back,
lower
then
daylight.
then you gain that hour because at 1:59 it goes back again, back to 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock, you either gain it or you lose it.
But you make it sound like we go from having 24 hours in a day to like 23 hours in a day.
It feels like that.
That day it feels like it, 100%, doesn't it? Matter of fact, it takes you a little bit because by maybe about Wednesday, I'm finally okay. We did the daylight savings. The savings has taken place. Daylight has been saved. Then I'm like, all right, but it takes me a minute.
Definitely
sure.
late to church that day.
You see what I'm saying?
So you don't.
And
look
was I late to church that day? Yes, I was.
So you don't look forward to spring then?
Oh, I do.
'Cause
This
you have
daylight
that day
savings
where
time
you
is
lose
like,
that.
and they're trying to they voted to cancel daylight savings time. And lo and behold, our government cannot figure out when to cancel it. They have still yet to decide when they're going. They've decided they're going to cancel it. That was the first hurdle. Now
Well,
have to decide
originally it was 13 months in the days. They created the months and they created the days, and then they changed the times to suit you being able to basically like work.
it was for
longer
agricultural
during that
purposes.
Daylight.
Yeah. Didn't know about the 13-month thing though. What was that month called?
I forget.
Oh, okay. That's like the lost book of the Bible or something. I've never heard it.
Definitely a Jeopardy question.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would miss it.
I'm gonna Google it so y'all gonna.
Okay, go ahead and Google it. So there's, you're supposed to be cleaning your house. I'm not judging. But I also don't be eating everybody's food. That is a very, very side note. But I don't. Because I want to see what's going on. But anyway. And I don't do potlucks either. So please do not invite me to a potluck. I will not eat it. Thank you. But everybody should be cleaning. And then, but there's like it's the whole spring thing. So when it comes to March, April, there's this spring cleaning. So why spring cleaning? Have you found your 13th month?
Yeah. So
What's it called?
there's two things. So there's a 13-month calendar devised by August somebody in 1849. So it's based on a 364-day year, which included 1 or 2 blank days.
Blank days?
So each of the 13th month had 28 days in exactly 4 weeks. So, like some weeks we have 5
weeks.
and
Yeah.
so they shifted them around to make it 12 months. So things were
Was that based off of?
more fixed.
Interesting. Mathematics.
Egyptians,
I feel like that's in mathematics
Polynesians,
and astronomy.
Maya, Inca, they all use Cherokee used a 13-month, 28-day calendar.
Very
So like when
interesting.
you hear about the Mayan calendars and stuff, it's different. And
Remember the world was supposed to end in like 2012, I think it was. Something like that.
2012 Mayan calendar was the end of
Yeah, the
the
end of
Mayan
it.
calendar or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember,
remember that?
something like that. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be the end of the world, and then it wasn't.
And then it wasn't.
And then that
Just
was
like
that.
just,
Just
like Y2K. It
it
wasn't. I was in church that day.
Yeah, that's
though.
what it's called, Gregorian calendar.
Okay.
So our modern calendar is known as the Gregorian
Yes,
calendar with 12 months.
Right.
But there was a time when there was 13 months, and our ancestors followed that. And
Interesting.
it was the lunar cycle to keep track of
Okay.
time.
The lunar cycle. That's the moon, yes?
I tried to tell my son about Y2K, and he didn't believe me. He was like, "So all of y'all was just ready,
Yeah. we
for
was ready
for the world to just stop." I said,
Right.
"Yeah, it's like we was ready."
The dumb thing is that, like, if you think about it, we are on the western side of the world. So when midnight came for us, the rest of the world was like 8 hours in, some 12 hours in. Like, why were we that dumb? We were dumb. I'm not even going. And I
You
was
know how much water we had?
listen, water, toilet paper, like we were like the apocalypse is going down. I say we, but me I was in high school. Were you in high school? You were in high school. I was in high school, and I thought to myself, man, why is everybody acting so dumb? Like, first of all, I had my little gateway computer. So I had clocked this like months before because I said, well, you know what? Let me just move the time on the computer up and see if the computer goes haywire. Guess what? It did not.
You was trying to buck
So
the
I was
system.
like, man, y'all tripping. However, though, I was in church. The church was packed that night for watch night service.
I was watching that.
Were
Kurt,
you in watch
that
night
Left
service?
Behind, Kurt. What's his
Yeah,
name?
see, people
Kurt
were watching
Cameron?
Left Behind.
Behind,
People were
Kurt
thinking
Cameron.
that, and then clothes were like nicely folded. Those movies were hilarious. But anyway,
So
I
was it
digress.
because computers didn't come out and it wasn't an even year? So computers didn't come out in 1900. They came out in 1980.
and so they were saying when the computer the computer reads ones and zeros. Apparently, that's how it all worked. So ones and zeros were ones and zeros. So they said when the computer reached 00, it wouldn't know how to read it, and it would just implode the whole World Wide Web, the internet, everything. The computers would die, crash, everything. We would be living in, the Ice Age, whatever. And so people were scared. People were very serious about their New Year's Eve preparations. It was funny. It was actually quite funny.
And then nothing
And
happened.
nothing
I got a
happened.
question.
Everybody was like literally like holding hands like.
I got a major question. And I promise I won't get us canceled. At least not this episode. All right, no. Okay, so you got the whole Y2K scare and
Yes.
stuff like that. It made me think about like when you go to like Wall Street
Yes.
and you see the stock market and all the tickers and stuff.
Mhm.
But then if you can go on your computer right now and you can look up the U.S. National debt, right?
Yep.
It's like a ticker that keeps going, right?
It does.
That
Hasn't gone
got
down.
to be just some made up number. Like I just spent $1. Like how are they tracking that? And if the electricity go off, it's like, oh shoot, we lost count. That's just a random number they just showing us. Like how do you calculate?
Well, same they
the
they
U.S.
calculate
debt
the
per second. Like okay, I just spent $1. Like Is
Somebody
it a
can
time
calculate
delay?
that bad boy.
When the electricity go out, do
Yeah.
we lose count? Like, who's the last person that looked
if
at
I
it?
was
Like,
over it, I don't know. I probably pressed the reset button a couple times.
my bad. It's 13.
But-
13, you know, 14 billion
They say, Nicci, do
trillion.
not press that red button. That resets the whole clock. Really? The whole ticker.
All right, here's my
Really?
second thing.
Okay.
Thing. I just Googled this.
All right.
Apparently,
We're still on the topic of spring cleaning, by the way. Y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, yeah.
This is what we do at the Willis house. Just stay tuned. Go ahead.
Ethiopia still follows the 13-month calendar and is 7 years behind with the rest of the world. Also, so Ethiopia still goes by that calendar. Also,
This is from, say where it's from, because we just reading something.
India, according to
The
Times Travel.
All right, this is the Times Travel.
And
That's
so they
according to
still
them.
go by that. And coffee originated there, and they have the land of the oldest people apparently in Ethiopia. So some people still go by this calendar. They like smart, super smart people, or people that know something that other people don't know, like conspiracy stuff.
Okay.
Some people still follow the 13
So there
month calendar.
Let's see, 2024. So we're talking, they're technically in 2017.
7 years away.
So
Interesting.
they're
I want to relive
the
2017.
oldest people and 7 years behind. So if that's the case, then wait a minute, they're even older than they're calculating.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. All I know, I mean, it all seems right in the world with a 12-month calendar for me. When you
Of
all
course,
the seasons,
it's part of the
you get the
system.
13 weeks. Oh, I'm part of the system.
No,
I
of
get my
course it's
13
got to be in
weeks of
line
the
because
season.
they changed the
seasons
month,
change.
then they changed the time.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
part of the herd. That's one of the things I'm not going to buck. That's one of the parts of the system I'm not going to buck it.
They probably
I'm
got
fine.
some Facebook
Besides
group,
July 14th, it's the
13th
best
month.
day.
If you have a 13th month Facebook group,
I mean,
let
we
us
have
know.
a leap
Put
year.
it in there.
We just had our leap year. 2024 was our leap year.
I don't what's the purpose of a leap year?
To catch us up. Because of our 12-month calendar, because of the 365 days,
If you
it
went
gets
over for the 13th,
after
you
4
wouldn't have to.
years, it gets off a little bit. It get 24 hours of offness happens within that 4 years. So they add another day in there to get us back on track. And then slowly but surely, it kind of slides off. And then that leap year day, the February 29th, kicks us back on track.
That makes me sound like you shouldn't have tampered with the 13th month calendar. and we
I
should have left it the same.
agree. Now that it's coming out of my mouth, I agree. We shouldn't have messed with it. But now what are we gonna do? Because who's gonna be born on month 13? What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Then
We just
now
all
the whole world
collectively
is-
got to just decide, like, it's not December anymore. It's, I don't know.
What do we call it?
And
Like,
then
what
people
is the
don't
month
get to celebrate
called?
their birthday, and if they're born on a leap year, they just
Then
just
every
randomly.
4 years. Well, yeah, I guess you either celebrate it on February 28th or March 1st.
That's crazy.
Hey,
it's above
what is that 13th month called?
it's above my
I'm like
conspiracy
looking for things like
theory
December, January, February.
research right now, but I'm working on it. Don't worry, y'all.
Majuvenary. January, February, March, April, May,
What?
June, July, August, September, October,
What is
November,
it?
December.
What? No, what is it?
Majuvenary.
Oh, we just creating words.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I needed a word for that. I needed a word
all
for the
right.
13th
Are we
month.
getting off track?
We are off track. We are still talking about spring cleaning. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so spring.
Yes.
We're getting the flowers. We're getting the warmer weather.
Yes, of
except for
course.
Vegas. We do have a winter. It's like summer
It was enough winter for me.
75% of the time, and then it's like winter for me. There's not
gets
that much
dips
of
into
a
those
fall. Not
30s.
that much of a fall here in Vegas.
Fall is nice. The Vegas, yeah, it's nice. The leaves change. They wait and then they change and then they're gone. And then we get the little fish smelling trees in the spring. It's
Is
nice.
it fall or does it just go straight into our winter?
We get a little fallish. Well, us being from the Midwest, and you being in LA, Jen, did you see like foliage like changing?
No. In
It
Los Angeles, it looks the same
Yeah.
year round.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In July, in December,
Yeah.
like it doesn't look
Still-
different at
okay.
all.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got, palm trees everywhere, but like that's why I love Henderson, because it felt most like home for me.
Mm-hmm.
If like you saw they've got the trees lined, and when you're driving down the street, you can see the oranges and the browns and the purples and the greens and all that. Like it looks like home. So we have a spring.
Home
and we
is
have a
where
fall.
the heart is.
Okay, sorry.
So did you
so
grow
deep,
up?
babe.
Did
Okay.
you grow up spring cleaning?
We okay again.
So the
if
question,
you know me now, you know I was at church. We grew up in the church all the time. So I don't know if it was like necessarily spring cleaning. I know there was a time when like when my mom opened up those windows and turned on some gospel music, I know my Saturday is gone.
that's Saturday. I'm talking about like.
But that's what I'm saying, like,
we
so-
about to clean out the attic. Okay,
Nah.
we about to clean out the garage.
I don't. There was not like a.
But y'all
spring
never like.
cleaning. We just.
planted flowers and did outside stuff. I know
My
y'all ain't
parents-
planting no flowers.
No, they did.
They did.
They
Oh,
did.
okay.
Up until probably I was in high school, and then it was just like, eh. But yeah, they. You don't know my parents didn't plant flowers. They did.
Ever since I've known them,
They did.
nobody's planted flowers.
But yeah,
Well,
there's
one time.
your grandmother. She's out there faithfully.
Because they have an awards,
Yeah.
and she is in a competition with Sandy, the neighbor, for the
That
they give out a beautification. They put that little
she
flag
like that
in your
flag.
yard.
That one year that she did not get that flag.
Oh, let me tell y'all a funny
we
story.
Heard it.
So back in my young days, this is back in the days when I was like 18, 19, maybe 20. Me and my cousin Brent, we worked at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we had pulled like an all-nighter. We was out all night. So we came home at like 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
But my grandfather thought that we would sleep in the basement the whole time. And I had to cut the grass. We could never leave the grass high in Forest Park, so you wouldn't get the beautification award. So
Of course.
I had just like laid down to go to sleep in the basement, and my granddad was like, "You gotta cut the grass," and I was like, "Oh my god!" So Brent, he over there just passed out. Then he heard him, so he like cracking up laughing. So I like went to sleep for like 15 minutes. Had to go out there and cut the grass. Brent was like knocked out. So I had to cut the grass. But yeah, that's a big thing. You can't have high grass. The grass got to be cut. You got to get the mulch. You got to get the flowers. All that stuff for spring. You can't have your stuff looking shabby.
But your grandmother actually did spring cleaning though. That's
Yeah.
actually when she changes her decor.
Yeah.
That is when she changes her decor. That's why I'm curious. Like, do you also change decor when you spring clean?
We always, no matter where house I lived in, we did some form of spring cleaning. Like you would raise up the blinds and clean the window sills out and stuff like that. So
there was like not a set day. I remember, and this is why I have the whole trash bag mentality. My dad would get fed up for some whatever reason. He'd come around with that trash bag and do one of those, and he was coming and he's just throwing away any and everything. I'm like, Dad, I am literally using that right now. Why are you taking that and throwing it away? That's what my dad would do. Then he would open up the windows. Then my mom would turn on gospel music and it was on. I'd be listening to John P. Key, scrubbing baseboards and carrying on.
my grandma, she cleaned up like every day. She would just you just look and something would be gone. Like I was still.
That was my dad.
I was still using that.
That was my dad wholeheartedly. He would just throw it away. I'm like, but he's like, it was just sitting out. I'm like, dog, I don't.
Jen, did you grow up spring cleaning?
Not at all.
You know,
My daddy doesn't throw too much of anything away. You gotta sneak stuff off of his. My daddy don't throw nothing away. My mom is more likely to throw things away just because she likes to shop. So she got to make room for her new stuff. So she'll throw stuff out. That's not a problem. But we didn't have a particular day for cleaning. It just depends on what else was going on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it was just, but it would take a long time. It would take my whole day. All my cartoons, just the whole
Saturday morning
I
cleaning.
hated it. Yeah, I hated it. but it wasn't like a spring cleaning. Like this is when we're going to. Like we never had a garage sale or anything like that. Because I know some people like that's when they have the garage sales, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
We never did anything like
Yeah,
that.
you do spring cleaning, and then you get rid of stuff with the garage sale, the rummage sale, and then some people don't put their Christmas trees up until spring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's wild.
Yeah.
But some people just put a garbage bag over their Christmas tree and just
Put it in the corner. Or a sheet and put it in the corner.
That's wild. That's crazy.
That's
So,
how I grew up.
anyways, people spring clean because most people in the U.S. have like regular 4 seasons. In Vegas, it's kind of like hot, and there's 3 months where it's like not that hot.
Sure.
But spring cleaning, people have the intentions on doing spring cleaning. So why spring? So one of the things is you spend more time outdoors during spring. So in the winter, you just like trying to be warm. You ain't trying to, as long as stuff don't look erect, you good.
Sure.
So spring is when people spend more time outdoors and you get dirt and germs in. So deep cleaning your home during the spring helps limit the amount of dirt and bacteria that's tracked inside of your homes by pets and kids.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons people spring clean, because they're preparing to be outdoors more.
Okay. What else?
Second thing, and this is super duper true because this is right now. That film on your car is real.
Oh, the pollen.
The pollen. So
I don't think it started in Cincinnati yet, but it will.
it's out there now. Like on the patio stuff, I had to take the pillows and get the green pollen off of there.
Yeah, the little yellow spores. That means everything's coming alive.
That Claritin coming alive too.
Yeah.
So increased pollen adds to the additional need to deep clean. So that's your car, that's the outside of your house, your pool, your patio furniture. So a lot of people spring clean because you collect that spring. And like me, I have with spring allergies, but then it goes away. Some people have summer allergies. I just have spring. But yeah, like if my car is dirty and then I keep touching my car, it's just like my eyes all jacked up. So it can wreak havoc on your allergies, especially if you have like bad allergies.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people take time to vacuum their mattress from the dust mites. And also you change your furnace filter. Well, you're supposed to change your furnace filters every month. Most people don't change their furnace filters every month. You can get the more expensive ones where you only have to change it like quarterly.
But you should definitely change them now.
Yeah. So
especially since your home has been like sealed up for months.
Yeah. So a lot of people do that to get the pollen and the mold and the dust and the mildew out of their homes, inside and out.
Yep.
Yep.
Keep going.
Next thing is, of course, the spring, the weather is getting better. So cold weather can make it difficult to clean your home, especially if you live in the Midwest. Like I'm not washing no windows. I'm not doing I'm shoveling snow mostly.
Yeah.
In the Midwest, but when it's cold, you don't want to do much or nothing on the outside of your house unless Christmas time you hanging some Christmas lights or something like that.
Aren't you guys glad to be away from the snow?
Oh gosh, you don't know how glad.
Ooh.
So
some
as
people,
a kid,
some people love it.
As a kid, you're expected to go shovel the snow, especially if you're a boy.
Yeah.
You're expected to go shovel the snow, especially if you're a teenager. You're expected to go. Then you consider lazy if you don't go try to make a little money from the neighbor's house shoveling snow.
Yeah. We did all of that.
But so
my parents were equal opportunity. I was out there too.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. We could talk about that.
So,
I was out there with my brothers. Like,
you know what I didn't like? When we had a driveway that was kind of like a hill.
Oh,
but our driveway was busted up, so when it was snow, it was cracked. So you'd be shoveling, then you hit a crack.
You hit that crack.
Hit the crack
your whole body just radiating, your back and every. Oh,
yeah, because you can't see the crack when the snow is on top of it.
You would think you like, okay, I'm about to get this big old thing of snow. You just run it down the thing. Brrr, you hit that like crack, and it like jerks you
Jerk
back.
you back.
Oh,
I
it's the
have
worst.
never shoveled snow in all my days.
You ain't missing
my
nothing.
gosh, it's bad.
You ain't missing a thing. And what we should have done, our parents should have gotten tarps. Have you seen that hack? You lay a tarp down over your
yeah.
thing. Once it snows, you just lift the tarp up and all the snow moves. What kind of abuse were we dealing with they having us shoveling snow and all they had to do was put a tarp down?
Well, I guess you have to like check the weather, and also you gotta have a tarp like long enough.
Piece of plastic, anything.
Uh,
Anything.
And then the worst than that was when we had the ice underneath the
Underneath,
snow.
yeah,
So
that's
you
bad.
go out to shovel the snow, and it's ice underneath it. So you talk on the snow, and then you slip on the ice.
Yeah, it was, you know what? I don't miss that at all. Don't miss it at all. Truly.
So better weather. So
yeah.
you can do more. So you can clean your outdoor spaces, patios, decks,
Yeah.
pools. Like now, I plan on doing stuff to the backyard now that the weather is getting consistently better.
I'll make you some lemonade.
That's all. It's just make the lemonade. Wow. Guess that's why people don't spring clean like they used to. You ain't got no help.
I'll make you some lemonade.
All right. So speaking of you, the days and
Yeah.
losing the hours, so you
Longer
get
days.
increase in daylight. So
Yes.
during the winter, daylight hours are shorter. The sun is lower. So actually, when it's dark, you don't notice how dusty and dirty your stuff is too. So when it start getting more sunlight, brighter, you opening the blinds and the curtains and stuff like that, you see how dirty stuff is.
So wash your windows. That's what we're saying.
So dark windows,
Just
window seals,
go over.
smudges, things
But it'll
like
actually
that.
brighten your house up when you like.
Oh
wash your
yeah, it
windows.
makes a huge
makes a
difference.
difference.
It makes a huge difference.
That's also a really good business that AI can't take over. Can we talk about that real
What,
quick?
Window washing?
Yes,
Nobody wanna
window
wash no
washing.
windows.
Window washing.
They got machines. But
great-
I feel like how can you do a good
When
job
you have
with a machine
those,
window
huh,
wash?
I know skylights and all kinds of that collect, film and debris and leaves and all the things. Window washing is pretty lucrative. I would imagine.
Yeah, and that's one of those like businesses that you don't have this like low startup.
Yeah, super low startup. You're not using necessarily your water. You're using the water of the home. Who's gonna start a business, a window washing business? Y'all let me know. Put in the comments if you gonna do it.
But it might be down right now because commercial buildings are vacant. There's a lot of vacancies.
No, but I'm talking residential.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Residential
No,
window
but
washing.
the money is in like commercial. Like you do those businesses that got a whole bunch of
Oh,
glass.
yeah. Sure.
But
But
we
see,
got
that's a lot more.
vacancies on commercial.
That's a lot more
properties right now.
equipment. and
Or
things
the
like that that you're trying to-
commercials that are residentials, like the Airbnb groups and those
Yes.
type of
Oh,
things. All those
yes.
banks that own 1,000 houses in a
Yes,
neighborhood,
wash
what
those
have you.
windows. How much would? Okay, I'm getting into it now. But I'm thinking, how much would I charge? Would it be per window? Would it be per house? Would it be based on like if it's a single story or a 2-story, or if there's like dormer windows or dormer windows extra? Oh, this is interesting. Let me know if you're gonna start one, and we can talk about it later.
Dormer windows.
Okay. But yeah, so 86 out of 100 of us are going to be are dedicated to doing a spring cleaning. Is it a day? Is that?
No, it's during spring. Like
Oh,
at
okay.
the beginning of spring.
Because I was thinking it's a day. Were you thinking it was
Springtime.
like a day, Jen?
No, it's
Yeah,
a
like
time.
the time that
Oh,
your
okay. I was thinking
family
like a
decides.
specific
period.
day that people. So okay, so maybe we
Like
did do
A-
spring cleaning. I
April
just again, I
4th
know my
is
dad
National
just
Spring Cleaning Day.
my
April
dad
4th.
would get that bag out, and I know everything's about to be gone. That was it.
So spring cleaning is still a
It's a
thing,
thing.
especially here because it's so
86%.
dusty here.
Yes,
Like
it does get dusty in Las Vegas.
definitely need to
100%.
spring clean.
And then if it like slightly rains after that, everything is just like got those little mud spots on it. It's so unattractive. Yeah, but
Spring
but the
clean.
weather right now is perfect. It's perfect, like dog walking weather, running weather. It's perfect. Perfect window opening weather. You're gonna get a little dust in your house, but that's okay.
But remember,
Just
you
dust
used
it
to
out.
be a runner.
I did. I ran in 2019. Yeah, I was training for a 10K. Yeah. Dropped that down to a 5K. and then
Remember I
got
said
to the
you
week
used to be at
of and had to drop because I had an event for Party Sitters, my old company, and had to drop. So I will never run again though. That's no, that
No
was
more
that was in
running.
2019. Yeah, it's just too much.
It shocks your knees too when you run.
Yeah, I
on,
had like shin splints and all kinds of stuff.
cement.
And I mean, now that I am no longer a young adult, we will not be running again.
That's over 35. You're not a young
It's
adult
up there.
at 35.
Yeah, it's up there. But anyway, let's get into current events. Let's
All
get
right.
into some current events.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, unfortunately, this one's a sad one. But if you haven't heard, if you haven't been watching the news, the Baltimore Key Bridge collapsed after a ship collided into it, and they were searching for people. There were 8 people on the bridge, and just really, really tragic. So we're praying for those who have been affected by that. That was tragic. The boat, if you look at the video, the boat just seems like it's going like so fast.
Is there some type of malfunction on the boat? But Baltimore is a big like transport place, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, lots of exports.
It's gonna be a while for the.
I mean, that thing crumbled like. I mean, something I had never seen before. Well, I have seen something like that before.
Yeah, I never seen a bridge just
but not
like
a bridge do
like
that.
in 2 seconds it was like
Just crumbled.
gone.
Well, Baltimore is one of those older cities too, so that bridge has probably
It
been
was
there.
older, yeah.
It's like I'll show you.
You know
Stop
what? It
passing.
reminded me of again, Cincinnati reference, the Brent Spence Bridge.
Mhm.
It hadn't collapsed, but what has been happening is because they built the Brent Spence Bridge. I can't even tell you. It's a super duper duper old bridge. When they built the bridge, they weren't looking at the amount of traffic that was going to increase, thus compromising the structure of it because of the daily traffic that it's on, and continuously compromising the structure. It needs to be replaced very, very soon. They were talking about this years and years ago. Right now they're just kind of patching it, and unfortunately, I don't live in Cincinnati anymore, so I don't know. But it reminded me of that because you hear those types of stories where it's something is structurally unsound, and we don't know like the whole particulars about the Baltimore Key Bridge. That big barge ship ran into that sucker, so you really don't know. But this is why I always hold my breath when I'm on bridges.
I'm afraid of bridges. You know why? Because I used to have a friend. She was a civil engineer.
Yeah.
And so she did the stuff for bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was like what civil engineers do.
That's what they do.
And I used to talk to her on the phone, and she used to tell me like if I'm 1% off, a bridge could collapse. But she would be like on the phone while she's doing like this complex.
We are hanging up
calculation.
immediately. You need to focus.
So like if they like 1% off, the whole bridge could like collapse. So I just be like
these
looking at
calculations
bridges
are no joke.
while I'm going over a bridge. Like, what if the person was 1% off?
Yes,
Like,
and I need you to plan ahead.
Yeah.
Look at how many cars are on there now. Have we planned for 50, 100 years from now, or whatever? What happens if the water dries up? What happens if the water? I just need this.
Oh, you know what might be good? I have to research this, but our electric cars, I would imagine that they're much lighter than gas cars.
Could be, yeah.
So that's less stress on bridges and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, and wear and tear, just the weather. And, it's sad.
You
It's
did
really
an
sad.
event on the bridge or
I
something.
did. Okay, fun fact. So this was with Party Sitters. Party Sitters, my very first company was an on-site event childcare company that I opened back in 2010. And as we did literally just that on-site event childcare. So we were not a traditional daycare. We went to unconventional places. And one of the places was, I will never forget this phone call. I got a phone call from an event planner. And she said, well, I'm planning a wedding. I was like, awesome. She goes, Have you ever watched Children on a Bridge before? And I thought she was joking.
Mm.
I really thought she was joking. And I was like, I mean, no. She was like, well, the wedding's on a bridge. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. So it was actually on, if you're in Cincinnati, you know this bridge, the Purple People Bridge.
Or Kentucky.
Or Kentucky, yeah, in the tri-state area over there.
Or Indiana.
You would know the Purple People Bridge. It's they turned it into a pedestrian bridge, so there was no cars going across, but you could go from downtown Cincinnati over to Covington, Kentucky if you walk that bridge. And they shut the bridge down, got all the permits, all the things, and we were on that bridge with those children and the rest of it. And it was interesting.
I didn't go to that.
Yeah. The bridge lasted longer than that marriage, but that's okay. That's okay.
Speaking of lasting, speaking of lasting long,
I'm judging them. But
Jen, we headed to Prim. Jen, you've been talking about Prim. We going to Prim. So we got 2 jackpots now.
Oh wait, we can gamble in Prim. Or you can get the Powerball in Prim.
Yeah, that's California.
And see, I thought you were talking about the mall. I'm like, you missed it. The mall closed.
I ain't worried about that.
I
ain't worried about that.
Close all the way.
Yeah.
I didn't
closed
get to go. I never went.
last week.
Sandy Thrift was over there. I went to Sandy Thrift, but now they're in Galleria Mall. So that was a creepy mall.
It used to be the best thing. It was full. People would go
Really?
you know, that was your stop from California.
Forest Fair Mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Google Forest Fair Mall. If you're from Cincinnati in the tri-state area, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so Prim was the spot, huh?
Prim was the spot.
Wow.
Now we just drive over there and play the lottery, which is what we about to
Yes.
do. So we got 2 jackpots. $865 million and $1.1 billion are up for grabs in the Powerball and the Mega Million drawings.
Okay.
So if somebody wins this Powerball right now, it would be the 5th largest game in history. So if you win, you could you can opt in for $865 million in annual payments or a lump sum payment of $416 billion. Million, yeah. So according to Powerball.
So estimated, 865 million, not annually, but stretched out. What does that mean? I don't get it.
You can get $865 million divided up into annual payments.
Okay.
Or you can get the lump sum of 416.
You know what? Give me the lump sum.
Yeah, I don't trust the
because
government.
I don't
know what's going on. Just give me that lump sum.
Anybody. I will take that lump sum. Y'all go ahead and take your taxes. I'm going to go ahead and take mine.
Annual schmanual.
I can tell you one thing. If we win, this will be the last episode.
No, it won't. No, it won't. I'll be doing podcasts just like ain't nothing changed. Like, welcome to
At Home with the Willises. This chair will be empty.
Just the home will look slightly different.
I will not be here.
I will. I ain't telling nobody.
I'm going to be like, it was real. I'm just kidding. All right. So if people gamble, I always, I'm not a gambler. I realized I found out my dad before he passed. He used to gamble a lot.
I like playing the lotto better than gambling.
He would get those scratch-off tickets. I'm like, Dad, I can't believe you. We grew up in the church, so we wasn't supposed to be gambling. My dad got older. He got them little scratch-offs. I don't know what he won, but he showing up didn't tell me if he did. Anyway.
I used to buy my grandfather scratch-offs for his birthday and stuff.
And he would scratch them like this.
In the corner. He wouldn't show nobody.
He would scratch them just like this. And if he won something, he wouldn't tell you.
He wouldn't say no. You have to ask him. And if he say yeah,
he wouldn't tell you how much. He wasn't going to tell you how much. He would literally just going off to the corner, scratch that thing.
But also, I get it now because I ain't trying to tell nobody if I won.
Yeah, I'm a
cousins popping up I ain't never heard of.
Who are you?
They wouldn't have my number anymore.
They wouldn't have your number. Change
Today.
Today. That's the first thing you do, change your number.
So,
it's so funny.
As far as the Powerball, this is now this week.
Yeah.
is 37 consecutive Powerball drawings with no grand prize winner. So winning something, anything at all, even if it's $13, it's a 1 in 24, 1 in 25 chance. But the odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in 292 million. According to the lottery.
There are 350-ish million people in the United States. That's basically saying one person out of the whole United States. That's insane. But people gonna do it.
Yeah, you can lower. You can
I'ma do it
lower.
for my
You
dad.
can lower the odds a lot because you can look at the numbers. They go from lowest to smallest, and then you got a Powerball that's only like, I forget what the highest number is, but it's not as high as the regular number. So you can cut it in half.
You know what? I don't even
For
wanna
$2, who cares?
I don't even
$2.
want to be greedy.
Who cares?
Just give me like a cool 100 million.
Can't win if you don't
I
play.
don't want to be greedy.
Me and Jim, we gonna go cruise the closed mall, head up to Prim.
I don't want to. I'm thinking
hat
like
and a
what
ring.
the lifestyle that I would want. Just a cool 100 million is fine. I'm good with that.
I would just keep doing more of what I'm already doing, basically. I would flip more houses. The houses would look different.
Would you give some to the kids?
Not right off, no.
You wouldn't.
For
You'd
what?
be scratching. You'd be doing one of these. You'd
They
be
get
like,
it one
no,
day.
I won. You did not win. I won.
I'm like Shaq. I'm rich. You ain't rich.
That's so funny.
Speaking of rich, McDonald's are now rich in more calories and
I was wondering where you was
pastries.
going with that. My Lord.
so Krispy Kreme
That
donuts.
transition was, whew.
Well, donuts are rich. Krispy
Okay,
Kreme
got it.
donuts
We got it.
are now coming to McDonald's. So this is a JV here.
Okay, come on, joint
Because
ventures.
McDonald's been pretty trash. They had the apple pie for years, but they tried to come out with some cookies.
yeah.
They had the hard cookies. What's the purple dude? Not the hamburger. What's the other dude that was on
They
there?
had like a custard pie too for a little while.
They did. Then they did something purplish. Yes, the McFlurries. But if the thing is working, if the ice cream machine is working,
They need something. You know why? You know what they could have
Krispy
did?
Kreme
They could have
donuts,
put the nuts back in my hot fudge sundae. I'm tired of this. I gotta go home and
that's a
pause again, smash my own peanuts up, and put in the hot fudge sundae that I get from McDonald's. And it's one of the few gluten-free things I can eat, but I gotta smash my own peanuts up at the house.
Babe, everybody's beginning to really love your rants. They really are. Y'all,
So-
I feel like y'all coming on here just to watch him rant on something.
This is what the people want to know.
Okay.
This- people feel like I feel.
Okay, so Krispy Kreme donuts though.
Yeah.
All right.
Krispy Kreme
I don't
donuts
eat
come to McDonald's.
Krispy Kreme
I
donuts.
can't-
We can't eat
I
it.
can't eat
Gluten
the
free and all
donut.
the things. So yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
trying to
okay.
beef up the
know what?
McCafe where you get your coffee and get a donut because these pastry shops are killing Starbucks.
Yeah.
They're killing McDonald's.
And you know what? I'm not
McDonald's coffee
fan
is
of Starbucks
trash
food.
too. I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't like McDonald's coffee.
Oh, we're a bit of we're kind of coffee snobs. So I wouldn't even put that in the same category. It's a totally different experience. But you know what? I would have loved the cinnamon roll, like Cinnabon mashup.
So
collab.
they
That
coming
would've-
out. They got the 2000 snacks for you. They got 3 types of Krispy Kreme donuts: original glaze, chocolate ice, and sprinkles and chocolate ice cream filled. Will go on sale at McDonald's restaurants.
chocolate
later
ice
this
cream
year.
Filled. Okay.
So Krispy
that ice cream
Kreme
machine
shares
is working,
are
I feel like
Krispy Kreme shares already jumped 18% on
Good for them.
Tuesday morning,
Smart
but
move.
McDonald's shares lost 0.2%. But they don't have them in the stores
They're not
yet.
there yet. Yeah.
But Krispy Kreme has been down. I remember they got the Krispy Kreme factory over there. You can go
Yeah.
over there.
Yep. Right down the street.
I don't see nobody in there like that.
But there are a couple of mashups coming. They said something about Subway and Auntie Anne's and and Cinnabon and those kind of people are going to be cross promoting their items, because I guess it's all one big company now.
It's very interesting to see who owns these companies. I mean, like Taco Bell and Pizza Hut, they're actually owned under the same company. And KFC. So whenever you see a KFC, no, you're most likely going to see a Taco Bell or Pizza Hut very close.
That's Jen. One of Jen's top places is
It
Taco Bell.
It is not. But yeah, I like JVs because JVs and JV is a joint venture. I like JVs because the commitment level is low. You know, everybody stays what their entity is. They come together for whatever purpose or reason. It's all drafted out. It's all written out. And whenever the project is done or whenever the product has run its course, then you go your separate ways. And I'm with that. And I think more businesses should do JVs. I mean, obviously when it makes sense. Don't just go out there and just try to, make things up. But I think more businesses should do joint ventures when possible. Again, it's the whole thing of, would you rather have, 100% of a grape or 50% of a watermelon?
Yeah, I didn't know
Making
this,
that pie
but
bigger,
it says
you know
that
what I mean?
Wendy's brought Cinnabon to its breakfast lineup earlier this year. I don't eat at
We
Wendy's
don't eat Wendy's either.
anymore.
That's what happens at the Willis house, for sure. Somebody's probably at the door.
Oh, that might be bad.
We'll pause. We'll be right back. And we're back. Turns out somebody was at the door. It was not an Amazon order.
I saw a Target bed. I thought
Or a Target
you had a
order.
Target order.
It was not.
On the cart, you know how they deliver the cart to the car?
It was. Yeah, it wasn't.
I got
It will be probably later today, but it wasn't.
online order PTSD.
Whatever. Okay. So joint ventures, like I said, great option for businesses, and then you don't have to get all entangled. That's probably not the best word, but yeah, you don't have to get all entangled. Everybody stays their own entities, okay, and then you come together for a specific project. So it's a good idea. All right, let's get into our real estate minute of the day, and today we are going to talk about what you need at a glance in order to get pre-approved for your mortgage. Now, when we first meet and you are interested in purchasing a home, I will go over some preliminary things prior to sending you to a loan officer. I just want to make sure that you kind of got everything that you would need and you're not surprised once you meet with your loan officer. So here are a few things that you're going to need. Number one, of course, you're going to need your personal ID, all right? Your state ID, your government issued ID, your social security card or social security number. You're going to need that. You're going to need pay stubs for your job, all right? So make sure you have all of this in order. Make sure you're collecting all of these things. You're also going to need your bank statements. I would say at least 2 to 3 months of bank statements. Your tax documents, you're going to need those. And you'll want at least 2 years of tax returns already prepared and ready to go. If you have any other investments, you'll want those accounts and those statements because, again, your loan officer is going to want to look at your financial story, all right? So we're putting together our entire financial story. You're going to need a list of monthly debts, all right? This is everything that you owe and that you're paying on, maybe that you're not paying on, but get that full list together. Go ahead and start getting that right now. If you are renting, you're going to want to get the information of your landlord and the place that you're staying in. That's going to be important too. You're also, if you're going to get a gift for maybe a down payment or a significant gift that's going to go into your account, you're going to need a gift letter. And your loan officer can help you get that, but you're going to need to have that in order to get your pre-approval. And finally, you're going to need your credit score. So there are plenty of ways that you can go now and check your credit score online. Your loan officer, in order for you to have a pre-approval, they are going to do a hard pull on your credit. But I always advise, go ahead and take a look at your credit score just so that you're aware of where you are. And these are the things that you're going to need in order to get your pre-approval letter in order to purchase your home. If you're interested in purchasing a home here in Las Vegas or anywhere in the nation, just come on over to the WillisTeamLV.com. We are happy to meet with you. Find someone in your state and city if you're not in the Las Vegas area. But hey, if you are ready to move to Las Vegas, we can definitely help you as well. Again, it's the WillisTeamLV.com. All righty. Well, that was fun. Spring cleaning
This is the spring cleaning
episode.
episode.
Yeah, indeed. Let us know. Will you be doing your spring cleaning? How do you do your spring cleaning? Go ahead and put it down in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And we're also always looking for really cool things to talk about. So if you have something really good or juicy that you want us to talk about, go ahead and put that in the comments below. We love to hear from you and talk about it. Or if there's somebody that you want us to interview, we want to bring them to the Willis house. Sit them down here at the island and have a good conversation.
You think we could get Obama or Asia Wilson, or I'll settle for Asia Wilson over Obama?
We know. We know you
All
want
right, guys.
Asia Wilson. We'll
see you,
try.
Asia. I'll see you on May 14th.
That's
for
when the Aces
season
start. Go
opener.
Aces.
I'll be in front.
You're ridiculous. But yeah, shout out to the Aces. And maybe we can get the Obamas
We'll
too.
be up front.
Yes, we will.
Mm-hmm.
We will. All right, guys. Well, have a great week, and we will see you next time.